Hello everyone and welcome back to my journey. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Samantha. I am a 26-year-old from Ontario, Canada, and I recently had gastric bypass surgery. So in my last video, I went over a grocery list of things that you might want to have at home for after weight loss surgery. And today's video is another request from one of my subscribers. Thank you again, Eric, to kind of go over what the first few weeks looked like post-op. So I've decided to go over the first 6 weeks post-op and give you guys a bit of a rundown on what my energy level was like, what food was like, pain, what my sleeping situation looked like, because that was definitely different from what it is now and what it was pre-op, and a few other little things that I thought were worth mentioning about the first 6 weeks post-op gastric bypass surgery. So before I get into today's video, I just wanted to quickly say welcome back to my returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for watching. As of right now, we are at 56 subscribers and I'm super excited. If you do want to join the fam, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It's completely free, and if you want to stay up to date on my weight loss surgery journey as well as some other things that I'm hoping are coming in the future, go ahead and click that bell to be notified when I post new videos. So for the first 2 weeks after surgery, my energy level was pretty low. I wanted to sleep all the time, and if I wasn't asleep, I pretty much just wanted to sit around. And of course, I did allow my body that because I was healing from a surgery. I had never had a surgery before, so I wasn't sure what to expect. Personally, I think it went really well, and as far as the pain level went, I think that it was exactly what's to be expected. You're having abdominal surgery, so you do have to give yourself time to heal. Standing up from a sitting position, laying down, things like that don't feel the way that they would have felt before surgery, and you do have to give your body time to heal and adapt. I know personally I was not able to sleep in a bed for about 3 weeks after surgery. That was strictly because every time that I laid down, I did have pain on my left side. Still not really sure what to attribute that to, but I slept fine in my recliner, so that is where I stayed for 3 weeks. As far as pain in the actual incision sites themselves, there was none. It was not painful at all. Mine healed really, really well. I just kept them really clean. I didn't do any crazy amounts of cleaning or anything. I let the steri strips fall off on their own exactly as I was instructed to. So I already went over the food stages and things that you can look forward to eating during those stages, but what I didn't really touch on in that video was that everything that I bought for the first 3 weeks post-op made me want to throw up. There really was a point in my life where I thought I would never enjoy food again, and I thought, oh my god, this is going to be the hardest part, is never enjoying food, never ever eating something that I like ever again. And I realized pretty quickly that that was not the case. My hormones were going crazy. Your tastes do change after surgery, and I am back into a regular cycle of eating and enjoying foods and finding things that I do love to eat. But those first 3 weeks were really rough, especially emotionally, because it's not just having the willpower of doing the pre-op diet. This is actually going into not wanting to eat at all and knowing that you do have to do that to survive. I was really horrible at getting my protein in after surgery, and in my mind I did do everything that I could do, but still my protein intake was not where it needed to be. I did end up losing a lot of hair, and that is something that can happen whether you do get all your protein in or not, so I can't necessarily blame that, but I can say that I do wish I was able to get a little bit more protein in just to see if I could have tried to avoid as much loss as I did have. But it is what it is. My hair has already started to thicken up and grow back, so we are past that stage now. Right out of surgery, the most pain that I was in came from my throat actually, which is a really weird thing, and I feel like I do not hear anybody talking about this, but in my personal experience, I had a really hard time recovering from the breathing tube that they had inserted. I don't know if something went wrong during my surgery, if there was, you know, some trauma that was inflicted in that area, but pretty much as soon as I woke up, the first thing that I realized when I was in the recovery room was that it hurt so badly to swallow. I could hardly talk. I was really raspy, and personally I think that's kind of a good thing because it might have distracted me a little bit from discomfort that I had anywhere else, because for like the first day, all that I could think about was how badly my throat hurt. I kept coughing up stuff, which sounds horrible, and I'm like trying not to gag thinking about it, but I was definitely expelling some things from the throatal area, and I was not having a great time. That experience happened to me. I cannot say that that will also happen to you, but just be prepared and just know that really quickly it does go away. I think it was only like 2 or 3 days that I was experiencing that. The one other thing that I can say that I experienced post-op as far as pain or discomfort goes is bloating. Bloating is, as far as I've heard, kind of unavoidable when you're having weight loss surgery. They do pump your stomach full of air to be able to go in and do the work, and also to check the result of the surgery and make sure that nothing is leaking. And with that obviously comes some discomfort for the patient for the first 2 to 3 weeks after surgery. I found that walking around a lot did help, but it was something that I did experience for about 2 to 3 weeks after surgery. As I said though, as far as pain and discomfort goes, there's really not a whole lot to complain about when you do have this surgery. It's an elective surgery, so it's not something that you have to have, and really the reward outweighs the pain. I would choose gastric bypass a million times over, even after knowing all of the hardships and the discomfort that I went through after surgery, because it really wasn't that bad. The mental journey that you go on after this is way more taxing than the physical one. And that's pretty much it for the first 6 weeks post-op. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. As I said before, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, if you would go and do that, I would really appreciate it. I post new videos every Monday, and you can also follow me on my Instagram. My username is Samantha_RNY13, where I do post quite frequently, and you can see a little behind the scenes of what I'm getting up to. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you next week. Bye guys.